Go.
Hi, I'm a comic guy. Well, today's video is about something very interesting. Today, I want to cover something a little different. I want to cover something, a piece of media that actually became comics. I want to start this out by starting with a piece of media, something that became a comic, but by many adaptations. Many adaptations, you may not have known what this was. So, yeah, we're starting out something interesting. Let's start out with certain video games, and then we'll get to examples of TV shows or other pieces of media turning into comics. First up is Mega Man from Archie. Yes, Mega Man has turned into comics. Had comic adaptations. These comics explore Mega Man, explore these stories, and so much more. The Mega Man comics are an interesting read. Next is Sonic the Hedgehog, who actually had many different comic series. It had a manga as well as a couple of ones that lasted certain amount of years. Fleetway, and Archie. The manga was kind of short-lived and kind of interesting, but it's not as familiar as ones either by Fleetway or definitely Archie. The Archie comics lasted many years, nearly would have been very close to be near 300 issues. By 2016, the Freakway comics had ended much earlier in the year 2000. The Freakway comics, yes, they are kind of strange. But the most interesting thing to make it clear that they're not even game canon is that their version of Super Sonic, unlike in the games, is totally insane and definitely out of control. No, literally, this guy is a total beast when it comes to how crazy he can be. This is total craziness when it comes to what is known to the Sonic the Hedgehog series. The Archie comics, on the other hand, yes, they have certain things about them in the games. However, they're also not really canon. Firstly, they contain characters that are not even canon to begin with. Some of them appeared in the TV series known as Sonic Sad AM. This includes Sally Acorn, Rotor, Scarlet Radbot, and yes, based on the name, she is half rabbit, half robot. And also so many characters that are completely new to the completely original TRT comics and never ever existed in the many years of the other use of Sonic the Hedgehog. This Archie comic. This line of comics has a couple of use, a couple of versions of itself, as you will. It has one before the reboot and after. The one before is the one I mentioned, the one where a bunch of all those characters that would never appear in the games for obvious reasons. And a version of the Archie comics where it closely resembles the games. Now I looked at something in his comic. Why not let's just look at Mario and his mangas and many comics and see what we can find. Or not. See, the Mario comics, unlike Sonic and his comics, never last, and thus, just like the Sonic manga, they lasted shortly, never to be continued on again. There's also examples of TV shows and that being used as for comic book adaptations. Yes, many shows and movies have also had comic adaptations, including the original ones that already were comics previously, but their versions in these certain pieces of media had turned into comics. Or had versions of those that are comics. Like the 80s Ninja Turtle series, a series that already was a comic, but now Archie Comics decided to base the TV series and have that be a comic. There's even the movie characters that were originally as films, but became comics years later, such as Godzilla, where he had a 24-issue series called King of the Monsters from Marvel. Yes, Marvel Comics Godzilla at one point was part of the Marvel Universe. Or how about IDW's take on Godzilla? There's also a take of Godzilla comics. That, trust me, we're just getting started. So yeah, those are certain pieces of media that had adapted into comics. Soon enough, I will be doing a couple reaction videos on the 13th and 14th of my second channel, and then I'll go back to this channel somewhere in the start of the first week of next month for my 300th episode celebration. And trust me, it will not be my last time I did a celebration of all my videos. I'm at the Comic Guy. See you on the 13th. Bye.